freedom. And I'm about a world where everyone has enough and it's not all about money. And even when I'm like super rich, the goal of that money is to help change the world and save us all, like an angel.
And I heard you created some beautiful music while you were in Maui, while you were walking on the beach, which was filmed. And thought maybe you'd want to talk a little bit about why that song stuck with you to use.
Well, there's one of my songs, it's called Be an Angel. I'm not sure if that's one you're talking about.
3, 2, 1, let me segue into that again. 3, 2, 1, take 2 on the music in Hawaii. So I had heard that you had played some beautiful music in Hawaii, and one of the songs, help me out with this, one of the songs that you played while you were walking on the beach was, what was the name of the song?
Be an Angel.
Be an Angel.
Yeah.
What does that song mean to you, and why did you pick that song?
I picked it because I think that's like my mission in the world is to help create angels out of us all. And it's just a reminder that...
Stop it again. I want to know what I'm talking about here. 3, 2, and 1. You played this magnificent song called Be an Angel on the beaches of Maui, and that song stuck with me in some of the words. Did you write that song?
I did write that song, yes.
And you sang that song while you were on the beach in Maui?
Yes, I wrote a lot of my songs on the beach in Maui.
And tell me a little bit about, take us back to that place in time, because that's a place where you've done a lot of reflecting on your life, and it seems like you've transcended out of that movement of being in Maui for how many years? A couple of years, yeah?
Almost 3 years.
3 years is a long time.
Right.
What did you do there for work? How did you survive there?
Mainly I busked. It's hard to say. I was playing music on the street in the little town of Paia, which is a pretty hip little town on the north shore of Maui. And I was couch surfing, and I was meeting miracles and making friends, and it was a great time.
And making music.
And making music, and really working on my enlightenment on the beaches. And I didn't really work for the man, so I could, spend time working on music and meditating on the answers to the deepest questions of the world.
You're, it's 34 years old?
Yes, I am.
You're 34 years old. When you look back on your life and where you've come to this point in your life, did you ever think you'd be doing what you're doing right now?
I don't know. I think I didn't. But in another way, I think I always wanted to be a great person, and this is maybe my way of doing it in an artsy way. By helping people and visualize a world that is more beautiful than it already is, a world that's more magical and more full of love.
What's interesting is people might call you, when they look at you, because of perception, crazy. But then you think of what you call yourself, Angel Starlove. I mean, obviously that's not your real name,
Right.
but you named yourself Angel Starlove. Where did that purpose become defined for you? Behind that name, what purpose? That purpose behind that name was defined somehow.
I found that name actually in Venice Beach, a place where I believe you also really know and love, right? And I'm one of the artists of Venice. I did leave, but you always have a piece of Venice in your heart. And I was in an apartment with my hippie friends at the time. I think it was 2009, and we made a star and a love out of these Christmas lights. I love Christmas. And we put it on the wall, and I was sitting there, and I was already going by the name Angel, and then I looked up and I saw Angel Starlove, and I thought, well, that's a good name, and that it embodies through the things that I really love and believe in.
And what lasting impression do you want to give our 3, 2, 1 on the impressions? And what lasting impression could you leave our audience with? Because I'd love to hear a little bit of your music.
Oh, thank you. Well, I believe that we all have greatness within us, and that we can all change the world for the better, and that we are all have the power and the destiny to be angels in this world, to make the world a better place, and to live with love. And I encourage us all to do that because we can all change the world. And everyone is a superhero and a star and an angel.
How do you feel about the legalization of marijuana around the country?
I think it's a great thing. I think marijuana is such a great answer. It's a miracle medicine, actually, and it's a herb. It grows from the ground. It's made from God and the goddess, and it's natural. And I think marijuana is our future. And I think we'll see as marijuana spreads that a more peaceful world where we can, understand each other more. And yes.
Now, the other side of the movement, the quote-unquote movement that's happening in this country, whatever that might be, the love movement, the hippie movement that's returning,
Right.
the peace movement, the other side of that is academics and education.
Right.
How important is education to you?
I think education is very important. I don't think it has to be done just in the universities. I think education is something you want to do all your life. We should all grow as spiritual and emotional creatures.
And you have a college degree?
I do. I have a bachelor's in literature.
Wow. See, now when I look at you, not that I'm judging you, but I am, because that's what our audience would do.
Right.
Even if they say they're not, we all judge.
We all judge.
People don't know that about you. That's a really important element to who you are, that you've done that, been there, done that. And now you're finding a different element of your life that has you on the edge of the continent really being progressive. And a lot of people, talk about progression for a minute. What does that mean to you? Because a lot of people see progression as something different. And what I mean by different is progression to somebody might be getting a job, getting an advancement in your job, but progression in terms of the level of consciousness that you're using, it can take you somewhere different. And where is that place that's different? Because obviously you're unique.
Oh, thank you. I try to go for uniqueness. But I think I'm also not the only one, yeah. So
Sure.
I'm definitely part of a movement of angels happening in the world today. Progression, okay. Well, I think it's about
Hold
the...
on.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. On progression.
I think progression is about the evolution of humanity, and so progression is actually the enlightenment, realizing that we are not just human beings, but we are living in a whole system, a whole planet, and that every creature is our brother and our friend, and that we all are in this together. And I think progression means enlightenment to me. Progression also means ending war forever. Progression means all of us working together to make the world a better place for all of us.
What's something about you that you'd want 3, 2, 1. What's something about you that you'd want our audience to know that maybe I haven't asked you, or something that you think is important enough to add to this interview? And take a second to think about that.
Thanks. Okay, I'm a visionary shaman and a healer, and I've prayed for people, and I have manifested miracles. I have made the rain stop and clear the skies. I'm a torchbearer and an indigo child, and I'm here to make the world a better place and to kind of stop our train and, usher in the golden age of miracles.
And of course, out of the 8 billion people on the planet, you're going to have the naysayers and the believers. You and I have talked about this before as well, and you told me that you saw UFOs, and you have seen UFOs.